Peppa Pig, the guest with no mouth. It was a normal evening. Daddy Pig was reading the newspaper, Mummy Pig was knitting, and George was playing with his dinosaur. But when Peppa walked into the living room, he was already there. Sitting on the sofa, between Daddy and the armchair, was a guest, a stranger, very tall, with a smooth, bald head and very large, round eyes. He didn't speak, didn't move, he just stared. "Who's that?" Peppa whispered. "Oh, Peppa," Mummy smiled. "That's our guest. He's been here since morning." "I don't remember him." "You probably just didn't notice," Daddy Pig replied. "He's very quiet." The guest didn't say a word. He just watched. His eyes were open far too wide, as if he couldn't blink. His face, smooth, with no mouth, no wrinkles, only emptiness and silence. Peppa sat next to George, but she couldn't stop watching the guest. Something was wrong. He didn't breathe. He didn't twitch. But every time she looked away, he seemed a little closer. At first, he was sitting in the corner, then in the nearby chair, then at the edge of the sofa. "George, do you see that?" she whispered. "He was farther away," George said. "Is he moving?" But as soon as they looked directly at him, he froze again, as if he'd always been sitting right there. "He never blinks," Peppa added. "Never." Before bed, she asked Mummy, "Will he still be here tonight?" "Of course," Mummy said calmly. "He's our guest." Peppa got into bed, trying not to think about him. But when the house fell quiet, she heard a soft creak and footsteps. She sat up. The door to their room was open, a faint light from the hallway spilled in, and in it, his silhouette. Tall, still, he was standing in the doorway, watching. Peppa held her breath. He didn't move, but when she blinked, he was closer and closer. "George, wake up." But George was asleep. When Peppa looked at the door again, he was gone. She slowly turned her head. He was standing by the bed, but now his face had changed. Where there was once nothing, now there was a slit, slowly opening, and inside, no teeth, just darkness, endless, pulling darkness. He didn't move, didn't speak, but the darkness inside him seemed to shift on its own. Peppa shut her eyes tight, pressed herself close to George, and then everything went silent. In the morning, the guest was gone. Mummy and Daddy said nothing, only smiled. "Did you sleep well, Peppa?" Daddy Pig asked. She nodded without looking at the sofa, because she knew he was still there, just sitting and waiting for someone to look away.